So, you're actually getting married? Like for real?
Yes, I told everyone about the engagement tonight.
But seriously though, how did you manage that? How did you trick a handsome guy into marrying you when you're so ugly?
Ashley, please don't start.
No, but I'm genuinely curious. This is like a real mystery to me. I'm honestly surprised someone agreed to marry you with that face. What's the trick? What's your secret? Did you catfish him online first? Or maybe you waited until he was really drunk before showing him your real face.
I didn't trick anyone, Ashley.
Come on, there has to be some kind of secret. Or maybe you found some really desperate guy who's never seen a pretty girl before.
Ashley, I knew you'd say something like that. I thought this would happen, and that's why I didn't want to invite you to the family meeting. But Mom and everyone insisted on inviting you.
Aw, don't be like that. I'm just being curious about my big sister's love life. But I get it. No matter what tricks you use to fool a man into proposing, you'd obviously be scared when a real beauty like your sister shows up. I mean, it's happened before, hasn't it? All your previous boyfriends ended up falling for me anyway. It's only natural you'd be anxious.
Yes, you're absolutely right, but isn't it wrong for you to be proud of that? How long are you going to keep taking things from your sister for fun? Do you realize how much that hurt me every single time? I'm your sister, Ashley. Doesn't that mean anything to you?
Hurt? You're being way too dramatic. It's not like I want to take them. Your ex-boyfriends just fall for me on their own. Don't blame me for that, okay? I can't help being naturally attractive. It's not my fault they have good taste. If you're going to blame anyone, blame yourself for being born ugly. Or blame genetics. It's not my fault we look so different.
You're right. It's exactly what you'd say. You've been lucky, haven't you? Being born with that face, getting pampered all your life, and as a result of becoming an adult who can't do anything for herself, do you really think you can make it through life like that?
Seriously, you never run out of sarcastic things to say. Did you level up your passive-aggressive skills?
If I did, I'd have you all to thank for it. You've been my teacher in cruelty for years, after all.
See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You always twist everything I say. I'm just being honest. Does your boyfriend know about this side of you when he said he wants to marry you? Or are you planning to hide it until after the wedding? Because let me tell you, guys don't like girls who are this bitter and sarcastic. Maybe that's why it took you so long to find someone willing to propose.
I'm not going to hide who I am just to get married. Rather than that, Ashley, instead of constantly attacking me like this, why don't you find a good person and focus on your own happiness? Wouldn't that be better for both of us? You could have your own relationship instead of always interfering with mine.
Excuse me? Who are you to act all high and mighty? You're older than me, so it's natural you'd get married first. Just because you got engaged first doesn't mean you can act superior, okay?
That's not what I meant. You really haven't changed at all, Ashley. You get upset and angry over imagined slights. You'll never be happy acting like that. I'm trying to help you, but you refuse to listen.
Stop lecturing me like you're so wise. Don't act all big sisterly with me. You've never been the wise big sister. You've always been the jealous, bitter one. You keep looking down on me, saying I'm just a pretty face who can't do anything, but that's exactly right, and I'm proud of it. I'm beautiful, so everyone does what I want. You've never been pretty in your life, so you wouldn't understand. But you know what? The world is kind to beautiful people. I don't need to work hard like you do because people naturally want to help me. That's just how life works. Pretty people get treated better.
Yes, and our family is a perfect example of that. I grew up with parents who always said, Ashley can get by on her looks, but you can't, so they made me do everything. Thanks to that, I was the only one doing housework and started working part-time in high school to contribute money to the family while you got to be pampered and loved.
Exactly. You get it. See, even you admit that I'm the pretty one. And honestly, that arrangement worked out great for everyone. I just need to marry a rich guy and let him take care of me. I don't need to be able to do anything myself. That's what pretty girls are supposed to do. We're meant to be taken care of.
Even if you marry and become a housewife, you'd still need to do housework. What if your husband expects you to cook and clean?
Housework? How hard can it be? I can learn that when I need to, so it's fine. I don't need decades to master it like you did. Actually, you should thank me, because since I've been giving you tough guidance all these years, you became good at cooking. If I hadn't been around to motivate you, you'd probably still be hopeless at everything.
Mom actually said the same thing to me earlier. You really are mother and daughter. Well, I suppose there's some truth to what you and Mom say. Thanks to your unreasonable treatment, I learned to do everything myself. And as a result, I'm getting married.
A handsome guy willing to settle for you. He must be a really good person. Or do you have some dirt on him?
Listen, the world isn't just about looks. Since you want to talk like that, why don't you hurry up and find someone good yourself and become so happy you forget all about me? Wouldn't that solve both our problems?
There's that big sister mode again. So annoying. I don't need to hurry. Beautiful women have the luxury of taking their time. You can only act all superior for now. Just wait and see.
Yeah. Just behave yourself.
Sis, are you there? I have an announcement to make. Are you ready for this? Because this is big news. I've taken your fiancé.
What?
You heard me right. He said he prefers a beautiful me over an ugly sister. Sorry about that. It was so easy too. I barely had to try.
What are you talking about? Ashley, please tell me you're joking.
Joking? Why would I joke about something this amazing? I know. It's hard to believe, but it's the truth, so please accept it. Really, you're such a pathetic person. Even your fiancé got stolen by me. How embarrassing. I mean, I warned you this would happen, didn't I? You should have listened to me when I said just wait and see. But don't worry, I'll be happy instead of you. Be a good sister and endure it for your little sister's happiness. Think of it as your wedding gift to me. Well, this is nothing new for you anyway. You're probably used to it by now.
You kept that attitude right until the end. This is exactly what I expected. It's almost funny.
You know what that's called? It's called sour grapes. You're just bitter because you lost again. But now you won't have to worry about me stealing your boyfriends anymore, so relax and marry someone way below his level. Maybe find someone who's as plain as you are this time. His looks were never a match for you anyway. Honestly, I was doing you a favor by showing you how mismatched you two were.
You really say whatever you want. Do you ever think about how your words affect other people?
Hey, I'm just being honest. Someone has to tell you the truth. Come on, can't you at least give me some congratulations? It would be pretty bad if a sister can't celebrate her little sister's happiness, don't you think? I mean, we're family. Family should support each other. You should be happy for me. This is what sisters do.
You're absolutely right. That's exactly right. Congratulations. I am so happy for you.
Hey, don't put on a brave face. You don't have to lie about being happy. I can tell you're just saying that to seem mature or whatever.
No, I really am happy. So congratulations, truly. This is the best thing that could have happened. But Ashley, you should start realizing how selfish you are, and you should acknowledge how incompetent you are and how you've been spoiled to the point where you can't survive on your own.
Ew, you're seriously mad. Well, I don't blame you. You'd obviously be angry. I get it. I mean, you finally found a fiancé and I stole him. And he was the most handsome of all your ex-boyfriends. No wonder you're angry.
You knew exactly what you were doing. You're just plain evil.
Evil? That's harsh. I'm just naturally attractive.
But this is the end, right? If so, then I couldn't be happier. Finally, I can be free from all this.
You're seriously just putting on a tough act. That's hilarious. I can see right through you. I know you're crying on the inside. You're devastated. Fine, I'm getting married and leaving. This ends our relationship too. I'm cutting ties and saying goodbye, so don't ever come near my boyfriend again. Well, my fiancé now, I should say. By the way, if you try anything vindictive, I'll report you without hesitation. So, just stay away from us and move on with your sad little life, okay?
Got it. Then let's cut ties here. Good luck with the rest of your life. You're going to need it more than you know.
Whatever. Your loss. I'm going to be so happy while you're alone and miserable. Don't come crawling back when you realize what you lost.
What's this I'm hearing about you cutting ties with Ashley? Ashley told me. She said you were furious about losing your fiancé. Getting so worked up that you'd cut ties with your one and only sister. Oh, don't you think that's too immature of a decision as the older sister? You're supposed to be the responsible one. What kind of example are you setting? Mom, you were the one who was enthusiastic about Ashley stealing my fiancé in the first place. I know because I heard you whispering to Ashley saying it's good that your sister found a marriage partner for you. You've always encouraged Ashley's behavior. Oh my, are you going to blame your mother for that? You really are such an ungrateful, ugly daughter. Since you were born ugly, you should live more modestly. Maybe if you weren't so bitter and jealous, you could keep a man. Ashley is naturally charming. It's not her fault men prefer her. I've been living the way you raised me. I actually am grateful for that part because it helped me grow up properly. I wasn't spoiled like Ashley, so I had to do everything myself. I even had to take care of Ashley's share of responsibilities. As a result, your beloved Ashley became an adult who can't do anything for herself. Well, there you go again with that jealous attitude. You really are such a spiteful child, always trying to bring Ashley down instead of improving yourself. Ashley didn't steal your fiancé because she's cute. The truth is, he probably broke up with you because he got tired of your twisted personality. I bet he was looking for an excuse to get away from you. Ashley is always sweet to the people she chooses, and unlike you, she doesn't make snide remarks. She's pleasant to be around. You could learn something from her. Do you think what I'm saying is snide? I'm only stating facts, Mom. If stating facts sounds snide to you, then maybe there was something wrong with how you raised me? Or maybe you just don't like hearing the truth about your favorite daughter. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Classic example. You can't just accept that Ashley is more lovable than you. You're not even pretty, and you turned out so sarcastic. At least you learned to cook well. It's the only thing you have going for you. Maybe you can find a man who values domestic skills over looks. You're right. By the way, Ashley said she's cutting ties with me. I think that's fine, and I want to do the same. I'd like to cut ties with this family, too. That's okay with you, right? Wait, what did you just say? You want to cut ties with your own parents just because your engagement fell through? That is way too immature thinking. You will have no one to rely on. Who's going to take care of you when you're sick? Who's going to help you when you're in trouble? I can't think of any time when I could rely on you or anyone in this family. Besides, I've been sending money to support this household, but given the situation, I guess Ashley and her new husband can take over that responsibility now, right? Since I'm a terrible person, so please don't rely on me anymore. A terrible person? So you do realize it? What do you mean, don't rely on me anymore? Who do you think you are? I don't rely on you. Then I don't need to keep sending money, right? If I keep sending money, that would mean I'm helping you. Don't act so high and mighty over sending a measly amount of money. It's not like you're supporting us or anything. Well, it may be measly to you, Mom, but it's a significant amount for terrible me. So I really don't need to send it anymore, right? How long were you planning to mooch off me? Mooching? I'm not mooching off you. How dare you use that word with your own mother? I raised you, so it's payment for that. You should be sending that money as a matter of course. Do you have any idea how much it costs to raise you? All those years of feeding you and clothing you. So you're saying you'd be in trouble without that measly amount? That you can't survive without relying on me? That's not what I'm saying at all. You're twisting my words, just like always. I lost my fiancé and I am emotionally and physically devastated, so being relied upon by you is too much for me right now. From now on, rely on Ashley's husband instead. You have always treated me poorly anyway, so this should be good conditions for you, don't you think? You'll have your precious Ashley nearby, and her husband can take care of everything. Fine. I was trying to save you by telling you not to be so dramatic about cutting ties, but if that's how you want to be, whatever. Do what you want. But in return, I won't allow you to come crawling back. Even if you cry and beg for help, I won't help you. You'll regret this decision. You cut ties with Ashley too, right? You probably don't want her husband involved, so I'll have to help Ashley instead. Who knows what this gloomy sister might do? You might try to sabotage Ashley's happiness out of jealousy. I need to protect my sweet Ashley from your vindictive behavior. And you're calling me the sarcastic one. Fine then, this is the end. We'll both be happier without each other. Well, goodbye then. Enjoy your new life with Ashley and her husband.
Hey sis, what is the meaning of this? I never heard about any of this. You need to explain this to me right now.
I never told you anything, so of course you didn't hear about it. You did everything on your own. It has nothing to do with me.
But what do you mean he's a debt-ridden deadbeat? I never heard anything about this.
He didn't tell you anything? Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Ashley, you're really shallow as a person for being happy to marry him just because he's handsome without knowing anything about him. Did you even ask him about his job, his finances, his family? Or were you just dazzled by his face?
Of course I was dazzled. Look at him. He's gorgeous. Why didn't you tell me something this important? If I had known this, I never would have married such a loser. Wait, were you planning to marry this loser? Were you actually going to marry someone with this much debt?
I was more being pressured into marriage, and I was actually troubled about what to do. I really didn't want to get married, but as I was worrying about what to do, Ashley, my savior, just appeared. You solved all my problems for me.
Huh? You didn't let me steal him on purpose, did you?
No way! I never thought you were such a terrible woman, and I never imagined you'd steal him. Of course I didn't think that would happen. I mean, what kind of sister would steal her own sister's fiancé, right? But honestly, if by some chance you did steal him, I thought that would be great, so I was kind of hoping for it.
Hoping for it? You were hoping I'd steal your debt-ridden fiancé? So, you were planning to let him get stolen? That's seriously the worst. You should have told me first. How could you do this to me? I'm your sister, your own flesh and blood.
Tell you first? You mean tell you the truth before you got married? No way. I would never do that. Because if I had told you, you never would have thought about seducing that loser or marrying him.
Of course I wouldn't. But why did you even think about marrying him? How desperate were you?
I didn't want to, but at first he was a fairly serious worker. So I thought it might be okay and went along with the marriage talk, but apparently his work wasn't going well and he got desperate, started throwing money at gambling, and that's how we got to where we are now. He's drowning in debt and developed mental health issues, so he can't return to work, which means I would have had to support him.
Mental health issues? So he's unemployed because he can't work? He doesn't seem to feel bad about it at all, and I don't see any signs of him trying to get back to work. He just sits around the house all day doing nothing.
I've been enabling him until now, just like how I enabled you. And as a result, I created a loser. Funny how that works, isn't it?
Wait, he can't do housework either. So what exactly can this guy do? I asked him to help with cleaning yesterday, and he said he didn't know how. I can't build a happy family with him. He's a man, so he can't get pregnant, he can't work, and he can't do housework. He has no redeeming qualities.
Right. He's just like you, isn't he?
What did you say?
You could get pregnant if you wanted to have children, but you've barely worked and got fired from part-time jobs, and you can't do housework because you grew up in a family where you could dump everything on your sister. It's like two peas in a pod got together. Isn't that nice? You two can figure out how to be happy together. Both beautiful, both useless, both expecting other people to take care of you.
That's impossible. I'm a woman, so I thought once I got married, I could stay home and not have to work. But it turns out he's a guy whose only good point is his face, so how am I supposed to live from now on? I can't work and do housework and take care of a useless husband. This isn't what I signed up for.
Maybe this is finally your chance to learn to live independently without relying on others? By the way, I cut ties with our parents too. We cut ties too, right? So contacting me like this is strange. Don't rely on me anymore.
Mom and Dad only wanted to raise you to be strong. They were trying to help you become independent. Wait, don't abandon us. Because you cut ties with them, they contacted us saying we have to take over sending them money. They said it's our responsibility now as the married couple. But my husband is unemployed. We can't pay them anything. You're the big sister, so help us. We don't have any money. The bills keep coming.
I'm not your convenient tool anymore. I used to be, but I'm not anymore. I'm cutting ties with you all completely. Never rely on me again. Learn what it's like to be responsible for yourselves for once.
I'll do anything. I'll apologize. I'll admit I was wrong. Just help me get out of this marriage.
Welcome to real life, Ashley. Now live with the consequences. You should all experience the hell of life without me. My ex-fiancé quickly submitted the marriage certificate so Ashley couldn't escape, and with our parents' grand celebration, Ashley's hellish life began. I moved far away after this, so I don't know the details, but since my ex can't work at all, Ashley started working seriously and even does the housework while crying. They can't send money to our parents anymore, so I've been getting angry calls from them, but since I've cut ties with them, I plan to live my own life without any contact with them in the future.